Las Vegas, a city where fortunes are won and fortunes are lost. You can be a smashing success if you're willing to take a gamble and lay it on the line. For 14 of Pro Beach Volleyball's best, it's a game of high stakes with a chance to win a king's ransom at the King of the Beach Invitational presented by Swatch. The beautiful Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the happening spot in Las Vegas, Nevada. First round action featured qualifying. 8 of the world's best volleyball players started out. Only 2 would survive. Eric Moana, one of those in red trunks. He had every intention of advancing, and he did on plays like this. Fenoy with the conversion. Meanwhile, Rob Hydra, who didn't play volleyball until he was 19 years old, was making a case with an ace. At the end of the day, at the Hard Rock, Eric Fenoy Moana and Rob Hydra had qualified and were moving on to play for the big money. Hi again, everybody. Along with silver medalist Mike Dodd, I'm Chris Marlowe. Welcome to the start of the 1998 Pro Beach Volleyball season. And what a way to kick it off. The most challenging tournament of the year, the King of the Beach. Mike, I know you can't play today because of an injured shoulder, but you've been in a lot of these. What makes this tournament unique?
Chris, this is every player's favorite event because you get to fulfill your fantasies. You know, during the year, you always wonder, what it would be like to play with Karch Karai, to play with Ken Steffes? Well, here at the King of the Beach, you get to fulfill that fantasy. You got a different matchup every match, and you avoid the monotony that sometimes happens on the regular tour.
The rules are unusual and a little bit tricky. One man who can explain the entire deal. Let's go over to Norm.
What are the rules to King of the Beach? It's very simple. It's just like any other game we play at the Hard Rock Hotel. There are 2 groups of 4 players. Within each group, 3 matches are played each time with the different partner. The players earn points and money for each win. The top 2 players from Group A and Group B advance to the finals. What are they playing for? For over $200,000 in prize money. But most of all, to be called Joker, who put that there? To be called King of the Beach.
And don't forget, during the semifinal play, it's 2 points per man for every victorious match, and those important points carry over to the final day.
And perhaps more importantly, it's $3,000 a man in semifinal play, so everybody will be trying hard. Well, we're down to our final 8 players. Who are they? Check them out. The Grade 8 presented by Sunkist. First up in Pool A, Jose Loyola, the reigning King of the Beach and the odds-on favorite. Adam Johnson, a great all-around player who was the King of the Beach back in 1994. How about silver medalist Mike Whitmarsh? Beach volleyball's most feared blocker, always dangerous in this event. And rounding out the pool, Eric Fenoy Moana, a surprise 4th a year ago. Fenoy has looked very strong in qualifying rounds. Meanwhile, Pool B, headed by 3-time gold medalist Karch Karai, looking for a record 5th King of the Beach title. Ken Steffes, Karch's former partner at the Atlanta Olympics, the top all-around player on the beach last year. Kenyon Seaman, the best young player on the beach. He won twice last year and could threaten here. And rounding it out, Rob Hydra, a solid all-around player who hasn't won yet on the AVP Tour, a definite long shot. Prize money at the King of the Beach Invitational, $225,000 total, $40,000 if you're the winner. And if you were to sweep all your matches, you could make as much as $80,000. First match, round 2. Jose Loyola, Eric Fenoy Moana battling Adam Johnson and Mike Whitmarsh. Jose Loyola was serving at 14-12. This was match point. Fenoy Moana had a chance to put it away, but he could not. And Adam Johnson coming back. So that was the side out. Adam Johnson would serve next. Trailing 14-12. Trying to get to 13. And a free ball coming over. Johnson, yes. Crowd loved it. That made it 14-13. Moments later, after scoring a point, Mike Whitmarsh would serve. And Johnson was right there, trying to tie it up, but he could not, as Jose Loyola stuffed it back. Score remained tied when Loyola served. He was working on Whitmarsh. And Whitmarsh hit it out to make it 15-14, Loyola and Fenoy Moana. This was match point. Eric Fenoy Moana serving. And he served the ace, and that would do it. A big win for Jose Loyola and Eric Fenoy Moana. So the Pool A standings, a boost for Loyola and Fenoy Moana, a downer for Johnson and Whitmarsh. Of course, Jose Loyola, the reigning king of the beach. Earlier we asked him his feelings about winning last year's title.
3 years in a row I came in second and always knocked the door, and I finally realized I could came through the door, and that's what happened to me. And just like something good get out of my way, you know, and having like 3 times so close, you never should be able to pull out. It's definitely a great thing come up in my life.
Of course, a king can have many subjects. Will Loyola rule again this year? Stay with us. And now, a swatch moment in time. Let's go back to 1996. Karch Kiraly trying to wrap up his 4th King of the Beach title. His teammate was Mike Whitmarsh. They were in a battle against Scott Akatubby and Jose Loyola. This was the play of the match. Karch Kiraly trying to save a point. Off balance. It looked like a point coming, but no! Karch had rejected on a stuff, and the crowd loved it. Then moments later, after scoring a point, it was 12-11, 2 seconds remaining. Karch, all he had to do was put this ball down. And he did! Karch was the king. King Karch for the 4th time ever. That's our swatch moment in time for this year. Now, let's take you to match 1, Pool B. Karch Kiraly, Canyon Seaman against Kent Steffes and Rob Heiger. Early on, 7-4, Heiger, Steffes struggling. Here was Rob Heiger serving. Why were they struggling? Watch Kiraly and Canyon. Looks like an easy point, right? Steffes? Canyon was there. And Canyon put it away. An important side out to keep the score at 7-4. A few minutes later, after a couple of quick points, Canyon was serving again. Ace! That made it 10-4, and the rout was on. Now, it was 13-4. Canyon serving again. Steffes and Heiger trying to hang on, but they could not. Karch was blocking. And Canyon was digging. Could he put it away and go to 14? Yes, he could. And he did. Finally, it was match point. Karch the king serving. He was working on Heiger. And Heiger hit it out. And it was over. Kiraly and Seaman winning 15-5. Not only had Karch and Canyon picked up an important win, but a huge point differential. Of course, Karch, the greatest winner in the history of volleyball. We asked him what he thinks about when things aren't going so well.
I think, first of all, you got to remember how lucky we are to be doing what we do. And even if it doesn't seem like it's a lot of fun out there, we get to play a kid's game, a sport. Our office is at the beach, and we get paid to do it. It's an unbelievable opportunity.
And based on his history, there have been few bad moments for Karch. Back to the Hard Rock after this. Now, match 2, Pool A. Mike Whitmarsh, Jose Loyola, taking on Eric Fenoy Moana and Adam Johnson. Score tied early on at 6. Fenoy Moana serving, working on Whitmarsh. And this would be a point. Watch Johnson. Looping down the line. It was 7-6. Then Eric Fenoy Moana, who was playing great, would serve again. Watch him. The husband and wife variety. No communication. Up to 8-6. Then Johnson would serve a little bit later. Still working on Whitmarsh. Whitmarsh getting a lot of serves. And Fenoy Moana was pounding. Wasn't he? Fenoy crushed it to make it 9-6. Then Jose Loyola serving at 12-7, trying to get back into it. They had a chance on Johnson, but the ball was over. Now, free ball for Jose Loyola. This had to be a put-away, didn't it? No, it wasn't. As Fenoy was up high. But a little bit later, Loyola and Whitmarsh would start to make a move. Here was the strangest play of the day. Watch Loyola. He serves it. Now Whitmarsh up to the net to block. Play continues. Whitmarsh says he didn't touch it. And Loyola's going to complain to the umpire. He didn't touch it. It should be 4 contacts. Johnson and Fenoy said, yeah, they did touch it. Eventually, Loyola and Whitmarsh would win their point to make it 13-11. Then, the second strangest play of the day would occur. Watch the collision under the net. Former teammates Jose Loyola and Adam Johnson. Loyola eating sand, but did he interfere with AJ? The referee eventually ruled that he did. The collision under the net, that made it 14-11. This was it. The final play. Whitmarsh and Johnson stuffed him. 2 crazy plays, but a big block by Adam Johnson. And Johnson and Fenoy Moana had a big win. Speaking of Fenoy, in command with 2 wins and a great point differential. Adam Johnson right behind, and Jose Loyola, the reigning king of the beach, in deep trouble. Work is work, play is play. The Joint is the hot spot in Las Vegas at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The players wanted to refresh themselves, take a little time and relax. They happen right into the Joint. Great place to unwind and grab a little chow, and then get right back out to the courts. Now we're set and ready for match 3 in Pool A. Jose Loyola and Adam Johnson, former teammates, going up against Eric Fenoy Moana and a tired Mike Whitmarsh. This rally set it off. The opening rally, and it was a big one. Fenoy and Whitmarsh going up 1-0. Fenoy playing like a king of the beach, playing like a man possessed. Of course, Fenoy only 1 career victory in 1994. But playing like he should have more. Fenoy serving at 1-0. Johnson and Loyola struggling early. Fenoy makes the great defensive play. And pounding. That made it 2-0. Eric Fenoy Moana, tremendous defensive player. Watch him move now. Chugga, 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 chugga. And a good set. And the put away. So 2-0. Fenoy serving again. And he whacks an ace. And that made it 3-0. So Jose Loyola and Adam Johnson would go down 8-2. And they were clearly in trouble. Back at the King of the Beach Invitational, Chris Barlow and Mike Dodd. Interesting match on the championship court. Whitmarsh and Fenoy up 8-2 over the favorite team of Loyola and Johnson. Loyola and Johnson have been in the tank, and they get blocked again.
Again, Whitmarsh and Fenoy start the way they began the match, picking up points on the bad side. And this is what really knocks a team down psychologically. Loyola makes a great cover and then drops his arm a little, and Whitmarsh puts up a wall.
9-2. Whitmarsh and Fenoy, unbelievable, now 10-2. You know, Johnson and Loyola, they started this match with a BA, a bad attitude, and it is carried over into their play. Former partners who are no longer good friends.
It happens. The tension that was built up over last season with the breakup, they weren't able to put it behind them, at least so far.
A full timeout taken by Johnson and Loyola. Let's set it up for you one more time. The team that wins this match, say it's Whitmarsh and Fenoy, if they win 15-10 or better, they will get to the final day and the Final Four and have a chance to be King of the Beach. Remember, it's individual competition. Well, one more point. We are just been told that will cook Jose Loyola, because remember, he has to win by 5 or he doesn't get in. Adam Johnson, a little different story. He's got a couple more points. So Johnson and Loyola up against it now. It's 10-2. But remember, individual competition. Jose Loyola cannot give up another point. Loyola down the line. Does he know that right now, do you think?
I think so. I think all the players at this juncture, or before the match started, knew their position and knew the point differentials and knew what they had to do to move on, because that's really the key.
Loyola, the reigning king of the beach. What a surprise it would be if he did not qualify for the final round. Johnson is there. Chance to get a point for Johnson Loyola. And they do, as Johnson socks it as hard as he can.
Boy, that thing went ricocheting off Whitney's spot.
So Adam Johnson getting a point.
So they're halfway home to what they really need to do on this good side, and that's get the 5-10 side switch.
And in a good rotation, because Johnson is serving and Loyola is at the net. Fenoy and Whitmarsh have been very good so far, and they lead it by 7. Whitmarsh, oh, an easy dig normally for Johnson. Eye on the hands, could not handle it. And now Whitmarsh and Fenoy will have another opportunity.
I think that's the kind of defensive play that the players in the earlier era were just better at, digging over their head.
Whitmarsh lobbing. Loyola off Whitmarsh, out of bounds. Loyola and Johnson have not given up. They are pounding away and trying to avoid giving up that important 11th point. 3 serving 10. Jose Loyola. Whitmarsh cross court, and Jose stuck. Little cement feet that time, could not go.
A little cement feet, and you hear Fenoy yelling, angle, angle, angle. That helps your teammate, and that's what this game's all about. You got to help each other.
28-year-old Eric Fenoy Moana set to serve it up. Out of the qualifying round, played more matches than anybody in the tournament as Johnson whacks one through.
He's played more matches than anyone, and he looks fresher than anyone. So that says a lot to his credit and to his winter training regime.
Tremendous physical conditioning for Eric Fenoy Moana. Buffed upper body, great springs, coiled, kind of like a young Mike Dodd. Well, maybe not. 10-3, Whitmarsh and Fenoy. Hey, it's going to be 10-4. What a story this would be if Whitmarsh and Fenoy could not get to another point.
Get to 11.
They have to get to 11, at least.
Adam Johnson going cross court. That's just a great serve into the wind.
Here's AJ. Trying to recover. Jose with a dig. Looking for the point. Looking for 5. Not yet. Fenoy right back at you. And it's down. Did he touch the net? Yes, he did.
He ticked the net with his shoulder on the way down. And Loyola and Johnson have gotten that 5th point.
So Loyola and Johnson, after going through a horrible spell, have come back a bit. It's 10-5, and they are still not out of it because of plays like this. Welcome back to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the 1998 King of the Beach Invitational presented by Swatch. I'm Chris Marlowe. My partner is Mike Dodd. A key match in the tournament. Jose Loyola, Adam Johnson, Mike Whitmarsh, and Eric Fenoy Moana. 10-5. Whitmarsh and Fenoy are ahead. Loyola is up high. And suddenly it is 10-6.
And with each little point that Loyola and Johnson squeeze out from the bad side, you'll see Whitmarsh and Fenoy get tighter and tighter. They need to loosen it up and really go for it. Here's a nice block by Jose Loyola.
Whitmarsh, Fenoy, their lead has shrunk to 4. See how Fenoy handles it. He buries it cross court. Loyola just missed that one. Just didn't move his hands quite quick enough.
See, Chris, that's something that just boggles my mind. When you get Loyola roofing Whitmarsh on one play, why don't you go back to him?
Exactly.
To me, that's another mental error. You got to keep the pressure on when you've got a guy in trouble.
I think that's one of the problems with the jump serve. You never know where it's going. So you're not exactly sure you can get it back to that guy. Or maybe it's just not concentrating.
This is a great cross-court defensive play by Fenoy. Just can't get it up high enough for Whitmarsh to get under and give him a play.
So Jose Loyola will serve it up. Down 10-6. And really having to steady on the bad side. You can hear the wind whipping through our microphones. Good serve there. They're working back on Whitmarsh. And Whitmarsh slugs it through. One good thing about Whitmarsh, and I'm sure you will attest to this, he's a guy that doesn't give up. He keeps pounding away until he falls down.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter how tired he is. And this is working to his favor because he doesn't have to go to 15. He really, 12 is his his
right.
magic number. If he can get to 12, he's going to find his way into the deal.
Johnson. And there's a big block. Whitmarsh guessed right. And that is point number 11. So now Jose Loyola, the 1997 King of the Beach, he can't give up one more point or he's out.
Exactly. Whitmarsh finally pressing over and getting that block.
Fenoy serving at 11-6. And Johnson guided it out of bounds. Wow.
That is precisely why you keep the ball on the player that you blocked the first time, because he's going to come back and be thinking about that block, and as Adam did, knocked it out of bounds down the line. So we will not see Jose Loyola in the final of this event.
Johnson cross court, Fenoy with a dig. And Fenoy cannot convert. At this moment, with the 12th point, Loyola has been eliminated from getting to the final. Fenoy Moana is into the final, and the battle for the second spot is between that man, Adam Johnson, and the man he just served, Mike Whitmarsh. Whitmarsh has to win this match in order to advance into the Final Four.
Yes, I spoke incorrectly earlier. Whitmarsh does have to take this to 15 if he's going to make it to the final tomorrow.
Or stay ahead when the clock runs out. The clock could be a factor. 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Now Whitmarsh will serve. 12-6. And Loyola tapped it down the line. And kind of interesting, Loyola, I'm not saying he would do this, but in this format, you have the ability to really ream your partner if you want to. If Loyola wanted to just give away the last 3 points, that would eliminate Johnson from any serious competition. So if he's really mad at him, he could get him. Although you don't see that from Jose Loyola. He keeps playing hard. Down the middle.
He could do that, but I really don't think bad blood runs that deep. That would be a callous and malicious thing to do.
It sure would.
There's prize money on each game that you'd be throwing away, and it just I think the players have too much pride to do something like that.
Keep in mind, the winning team gets $6,000 to split. The losing team gets none. So that is motivation as Johnson pumps another one out of bounds. And another point registered to Whitmarsh and Fenoy.
This has been a real gutty effort for Whitmarsh, because I tell you, his tank was out of gas at the end of the second match in this pool play, and he has responded in this third match and played great volleyball. Great blocking and great sighting out.
His team lost 15-11 to Johnson and Fenoy. Ball dug up out of bounds into the stands.
Fenoy Moana, though, even when he's not digging the ball, he's in the right spot and it's ricocheting off his arms, and he's just in the zone right now. He's confident and he's moving well on the court. He's reading the hitters well and just playing great volleyball.
Adam Johnson serving, his team down by 7. Working on Whitmarsh. He is working on them. And once again, that ball right into the hands of Johnson. Whitmarsh hits a lot of balls that kind of sail, and you get your hands up. You'll get your hands on some of them, but you got to make them come up.
That's true. He hits a lot of deep balls. And again, maybe a skill that Adam could use a little work on is digging those balls over his head, because he gets a lot of opportunities and he hasn't been coming up with too many.
There comes Loyola. Ooh! Wow, what a shot by Jose Loyola. Whitmarsh was there and he can't believe it how he missed it.
Now that was sizzling the pits.
Wow.
That was a trap set.
That was lighting him on fire with butane.
I mean, this set is such a trap set, and Jose just snaps it and hits it on about the 3-foot line.
Whitmarsh just shaking his head. Where'd that baby go? Down the line, Loyola guessed right. Chance for a point here. Jose up high, and he missed it. And he kicks it out of bounds. That might be a yellow card. Watch the referee.
That could be a red card.
If it's out of play, it's going to be a red card, and it is a red card. So that's a point. That's going to be a point for Whitmarsh. Explain the rule, Mike.
Well, the rule is when you kick a ball in anger, it can't go out of the playing area outside the banners of the court. And the ball barely went outside the banners, but a rule is a rule. And that's just something you don't want to do, especially at a point like this. But it shows the frustration that Jose Loyola is experiencing.
The boot goes out. The point is awarded when we come back. Whitmarsh and Fenoy serving for the match. Back at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, this is the first match point for Eric Fenoy Moana and Mike Whitmarsh. They came in as underdogs, and they're going out as top dogs.
What a great performance by Mike Whitmarsh. He was tired as a dog. He had a rough first match. He came back to win the game, and you know.
And they are booing Jose Loyola for kicking the ball out of bounds.
You know, he's just very frustrated. I know how bad he wants it. He trained all winter long. He felt he was ready to try to regain his throne, and you know, now it's not going to happen.
So the 1997 King of the Beach is gone from the competition. And there will be a new king this year in Las Vegas, Nevada. Bottom line, Pool A, Fenoy Moana, Whitmarsh advancing. Johnson and Loyola will not. Now, match 2 in Pool B. Rob Hyder and Karch Karai, who played together once before and got a 5th, against Kent Steffes and Canyon Seaman, who have never played together in a tournament before. Early on, Karai and Hyder were trailing 10-6 when Karch was serving. This was a match that Canyon played brilliant. Canyon in the black, approaching right now. Karch had the dig, but his old partner, Kent Steffes, knew where Karch was hitting. And Steffes finally put it away. That kept the score at 10-6. Then Canyon was serving with a 4-point lead. Working on Karch most of the time because Karch was on his offside. Kent had the block and a free ball. Canyon put it away. And that made it 11-6. Minutes later, Rob Hyder was serving. His team down 13-8, trying to get some momentum. He had the block. Kent and Canyon recovering, no. One of those little plays that Steffes makes well. Moments later, it was still 13-8 with Canyon serving. Good rally here. Karch gets dug. He comes back over, he goes and gets it. And then he's stuffed by his former partner, Kent, to make it 14-8. Match point, Kent Steffes serving. Short serve, putting Karch and Hyder in trouble. Then Canyon for the win on the left. Got it. Final score, Canyon and Kent win 15-8.
Rob Hyder, Kent Steffes, and Canyon Seaman.
So after 2 matches, Canyon Seaman had 2 wins and 17+ points. Karch Karai doing okay. Steffes and Hyder falling behind. That would set up the pivotal match in Pool B. Everybody buzzing about Karch and Kent back together again. Here's Mike Dodd.
I think the beauty of this format, it gets to reunite old partners. How are you guys feeling coming into this match?
Well, we need a big win to get Kent in, and so we're going to try and go for a 15-4 or better, but it just comes to siding out, and that's what we used to do well together. We'll see if we can do it again.
I think you will, yeah. For you to get in, Kent, you got to hold your opponent to 4 points or less. How are you feeling?
Well, I feel strong, I feel good, but we played together for 7 years, haven't played together for a year, so I'm kind of looking forward to playing this game again. That's what I'm looking forward to most.
It's a tough situation, but it's great to see you guys together and on the court. It's a nice thing. You guys did a lot for volleyball. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The man in second place, the man Kent has to beat. In the black hat, Canyon Seaman. Can he do it? Find out next. Back at the Hard Rock, a terrific setting for the Swatch King of the Beach Invitational. 700 tons of sand brought in to form a new beach. We've got a large, enthusiastic crowd watching some of the best beach volleyball players in the world. We're underway, and Canyon Seaman hitting the first ball out of bounds. Final match of day 2 at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in cold and blustery Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Chris Marlowe, my partner Mike Dodd. Kent Steffes set to serve. His partner for this particular match is Karch Karai. And Rob Heiger puts the first ball down. Okay, let's tell you what has to happen for Rob Heiger and his partner Canyon Seaman. If they win 15-4 or better, both of them are in. If Karch Karai and Kent Steffes win 15-4 or better, both of them are in. Anything else, and we'll have to go to the mathematician scoreboard. Pick up by Canyon. And Canyon is blocked. Canyon has the interesting scenario here. The man in black. If he scores 6 points in this match, he is in.
And he just had 2 great opportunities for points on the first 2 plays for that team and was unable to convert on either one. He hit the first one out, and then Steffes just blocked him on that opportunity.
Of course, Steffes and Karai, one of the great teams of all time. And Steffes blocks Canyon again. Of course, Steffes is highly motivated because the only way Kent Steffes, the man right there, can get in is if his team wins 15-4.
And here we see a set that's just too tight to the net by Heiger. Seaman nowhere to go, and Steffes pressing over for the first point of the match.
Karch serving with a 1-0 lead. Heiger looping it over the top. Heiger got off to a very slow start today, but he's been playing much better.
Again, this is his 6th match as he played in the qualifying games before.
Got a nice
Rob
little
Heiger.
touch there. And the serve into the bottom of the net. Karch Karai and Kent Steffes, during their illustrious reign, won 77 tournaments together.
And a gold medal.
Heiger blocked by Karch.
So you have Seaman and Heiger with 2 great point opportunities, and they get nil. Then you have Steffes and Karai come out and roof 2 balls, and it's 2-0. Great penetrating cross-court block.
Wind blowing. And somebody touched the net.
Heiger in the net.
And suddenly it's 3-0. So Karai and Steffes jumping on Rob Heiger and Canyon Seaman. Of course, you expect this because Karai and Steffes on the good side to start. Of course, the good side in your face with that wind.
And the problem for Heiger and Seaman is they're setting. They're setting each other too tight to the net and not giving them room to swing.
Yeah, too low. It's another low set, and a break that time as Canyon hits it off Karch out of bounds. So Canyon Seaman and Rob Heiger will have it. Canyon is 25 years old from Manhattan Beach, California. And Rob Heiger is 6'6", 215 pounds out of Santa Barbara. Good serve. Karch is on it. Karch off the net. Canyon with a dig. Nicely done. Chance for a point. Canyon got it.
So number 3 is the charm for Canyon Seaman.
Canyon, a great all-around player.
Another great defensive play there. Heiger late to drop off the net, and Canyon picks up that over-the-head dig that we were talking about earlier and knocks it off Karch's arms out of bounds.
A lot of pressure on you when you have to win 15-4. That's what Karai and Steffes are facing. At least Steffes, we should say. Canyon, a fantastic dig. Karai again. Canyon is there again. Can he put it away? No! Steffes blocks him back. I tell you, if you're on the good side like Karch and Ken are, you can't afford to give up more than one per side change, wouldn't you say?
I would agree, Cy. They've been very fortunate up to this point. This was the 4th point opportunity and a very good point opportunity for Seaman and Heiger, yet they've only been able to convert 1 time.
Karch Karai, jump serve.
Great block by Steffes.
Set is off, and Canyon rivets it. So Canyon Seaman, the 1993 NCAA Player of the Year at Stanford. He was a setter, had a brief stint with the national team, played a little in Japan, then got a shoulder operation, and now back on the beach. They say he's got the bionic arm. He can really rack it. Here comes Karch, and Karch down the line to Heiger. That's something that all big guys have to work on, retreating off the net and digging overhead.
One facet of the game my old partner Tim Hovland was probably better than anyone at. He could give a clinic to a lot of the young blockers on the tour on how to do that skill.
Very, very quick was the great Tim Hovland. Here comes Heiger, and Heiger cutting inside. So Rob Heiger getting the cut. He cannot advance to the Final Four unless his team wins 15-4 or better. Now, they've already given up 3 points, so the chances are slim for Heiger to move along, but he can play an important part for his pal, Canyon, his new pal, Canyon Seaman. Of course, don't forget the money. Heiger up high. And I would say a pretty good showing on the bad side for Seaman and Heiger.
Most definitely. 2 out of the 5.
All right, we're coming back to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Karai and Steffes in a dogfight against Seaman and Heiger. The beautiful Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, site of this year's Swatch King of the Beach Invitational. This is match 3, Pool B. I'm Chris Marlowe along with Mike Dodd in a key match against Steffes and Karch Karai, gold medalist teammates, reunited again. Seaman and Heiger trailing 3-2. Karch, nobody up, and he hits it straight down. Heiger trying to trick Karch and get that little dink over his head.
Especially on a set that tight. A nice adjustment by Karch, because a lot of guys are thinking they're going to get roofed. He was able to see that Heiger dropped off and just cuffed it cross court right at the camera there.
Not a bad idea.
No.
Good trick, but Karch didn't fall for it. Heiger looping deep into a stiff wind.
Side out.
And the side out.
Canyon Seaman really sets a pretty ball. Every ball comes out the same, and Heiger just moving it at will, it seemed.
Great hands, Canyon serving, and the serve is missed. So the ball back to Karai and Steffes. Karai at the net now, Steffes serving. Steffes has won over $2,248,000 in his career. Heiger off Karch, chance for a point, over to Steffes on the left, and he bingos it.
Great play by Karch Karai. He soft blocks, the ball's spinning. He manages to get it up, keep it on his side. Not a great set, but Steffes puts the ball away. Here it is. Sets him up. Steffes goes cross court, sees Heiger out of position.
Kind of fun to watch Karch and Kent playing together again, even for one tournament.
I tell you, they won the gold medal, and they had the pride of our country with them, and it is nice to see them playing together.
So now Rob Heiger will serve, his team down to Karai and Steffes by 2. Ace serve for Heiger.
Heiger on the ace serve.
Heiger broad jumps probably more than any other player with his jump serve, and he's always had such a great cut back down the line, and I'm surprised he doesn't use that more often. That's his best serve.
Yeah, he really jumps into the court, doesn't he? Watch him take the big 747 takeoff. Ooh, and he just misses there.
Maybe it's so good because he rarely uses it, but that's a wicked serve. Here's the broad jump. He's a good 8 feet into the court when he lands.
They're working on Hyger. 4-3, and Hyger working on them.
That broad jumping style also helps him because he blocks after he serves. When you land 8 feet in the court, you're almost a third of the way to the net already. And he gets up there and he's putting up a great block so far.
Canyon Seaman will serve. Brian Stevis ahead by 1. Karch will keep it in. And Canyon, ooh, did he get the line? He did, not by much. So Canyon Seaman closing in now. Remember, we told you at the top that Canyon Seaman needed 6 points and he would advance. Brian Stevis can't give up any more here for Stevis to have a chance, and that's going to do it. At least for Kent Stevis.
This has been a rough tournament for Kent historically, and again, it looks like he's going to end up on the short end of the stick today.
Kent and Canyon are in a tie right now. If it gets to 15-5, they would tie. But Canyon and Hyger, you would think, would get at least one more point, thus eliminating Kent Stevis. So Stevis trying to hang in there now, and he whips one down the line. Nicely done.
That's a big point, Chris, because that gets him back over to the good side and a chance to score 5 straight.
Timeout called. We are coming back. Stevis' ace ties the score at 5. Today, there will be a coronation on the sands of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. But the question is, who will be crowned? And who will sit in the royal throne, symbolic of Pro Beach Volleyball's top men's player? That seat was once occupied by this man, Jose Loyola. But despite his best efforts, his brief monarchy was toppled by 7 other would-be kings, leaving a frustrated former king to exit before the final. Now only 4 remain to do battle for Pro Beach Volleyball's most coveted title and the riches that go with it. Each man determined to wage an all-out war to lay claim to that crown.
If I were to be able to go on and win this tournament, it would feel tremendous to come back from a shoulder surgery like that.
I've never really been able to get over the hump, so we'll see if this year's the year.
It would be the pinnacle of volleyball.
It's a very, very close indicator that they might be the best in the world.
The sun will shine for only one man as he will wear the crown and the title of King of the Beach. We welcome you to the beautiful Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the Swatch King of the Beach Invitational. Hi again, everybody, along with Olympic silver medalist Mike Dodd. I'm Chris Marlowe. Just who is the best individual all-around player on the beach? That is the question we are going to answer today in Las Vegas. We are down to our final 4 players: Eric Fenoy-Moana, Karch Karai, Canyon Seaman, and Mike Whitmarsh. Let's handicap the field. First up, Eric Fenoy-Moana. He comes in as the favorite, and he's been playing great.
It's amazing. He was the qualifier. Now he's the favorite. Fenoy has the all-important 6 points. He's been playing great throughout the event, and he's the only competitor that can lose 1 match and still be named the king.
Experience and talent, you have to look at 37-year-old Karch Karai. He'd like to add that 5th title, wouldn't he?
Well, he's already got 4. The rest of the field hasn't had a title yet. So Karch is an odds-on favorite for sure. His shoulder looks great. He's definitely right there.
The best young player on the beach right now, 25-year-old Canyon Seaman, and he has a special advantage.
Yes, Canyon's a right side player. The other 3 players are left side players. He'll be on his favorite side the whole event. Also, he's been playing great throughout the course, and he's definitely right there.
The long shot in the bunch, 6'7", Mike Whitmarsh. He comes in as the underdog, but he's still got a chance if he can win all 3.
Yeah, and like I said, Whitmarsh is like a junkyard dog. When he's hurt, he's most dangerous. It's a hot, sunny day. He's going to get tired, but never count Whitty out.
All right, the rules here at the King of the Beach a little bit complicated. To make them a little more easy for you, let's join Nora at poolside.
The rules for the final day of King of the Beach are simple. We have eliminated 10 of the 14 players over the last 2 days, and now there are 4 left: Karch, Canyon, Eric, and Mike. There are 3 matches today, each worth 3 points and $10,000 per player. The player with the most points at the end of the day will be crowned King of the Beach. Points will be carried over from the semis, so Eric has the lead with 6 points, Karch and Canyon have 4, and Mike still has a shot with 2. Okay, Chris and Mike, let's get to the action.
Well, thank you, Nora. That was enlightening.
Well, since Nora was talking about cash, let's talk about the overall prize money in this event, $225,000. Here's the breakdown. 40 grand for first, 20 for second, 15 for third, all the way down through 8th place. And with bonus money awarded for each victory, the winner could take home as much as $75,000. Let's move to the final day, match 1. Karch Karai, Canyon Seaman, Eric Fenoy Moana, and Mike Whitmarsh. It is a beautiful sunny day. The sun worshipers are out. And we pick it up with Karch and Canyon leading 6-2. Here was a chance for another point for Karch and Canyon. And they would get it. Going on 2 was Canyon. And that made it 7-2. A little bit later, it was 8-3. Canyon Seaman serving. Fenoy Moana getting a lot of serves. And Canyon digging well. It was up to Karai to put it away, and he did. That made it 9-3. Karai and Seaman were humming. Moments later, it was 10-4. Karch serving. Utilizing the floater, working on Fenoy Moana. Oh, wasn't he working on Fenoy? The stuff block, and then it was 11-4. So Karai and Seaman definitely in control. Later, Karch was serving at 13-5. Canyon was blocked, but it didn't matter. Canyon would get it back. Could he put it away? Yes, he could. And it was 14-5, so Karai and Seaman were looking great. Then it was 14-6. Match point, Canyon serving. Karch and Canyon had played great, and this was a topper. A little explosion off the deck for Canyon Seaman. And match 1 was in the books. Karai and Seaman winning easily, 15-6. The updated standings, Karch, Canyon, and Fenoy all still have a chance to be the King of the Beach. Mike Whitmarsh mathematically eliminated. And now a swatch moment in time. Let's go back to the 1994 King of the Beach. The characters back then, Jose Loyola in the yellow headband. Adam Johnson in the black visor. Karch Karai in his familiar pinky hat. And his partner, Mike Dodd. Interesting competition. And then this play happened. Mike Dodd chugging as part of a big rally. Dodd back in position. Karai and Dodd trying to save a point. And they do. And Dodd is gassed. What happened to you there?
Hey, Chris, we saved the point, but we couldn't save the match that day. Karch and I took our lumps. Adam was the eventual king. And it just goes to show you never give up on any play. Because even though we were in trouble, we were able to save the side out.
How badly were you hurt, or were you just resting?
I got my nose scraped up a little bit, but it was more of a rest break than anything else. Chance for a little sympathy from the crowd.
The 1994 King of the Beach, a swatch moment in time.
Karch Karai, indoors and on the beach, my opinion, the greatest defensive player to ever play the game. I had a chance to talk with Karch and ask him what it takes to be a great defensive player.
The great defensive players, they make it look so easy, but they are covering that whole court by themselves while the blocker is up at the net. You could land a helicopter over there. That's almost 900 square feet of court to cover. And the great defenders seemingly get their hands on almost every single ball, whether it's a soft shot or a hard hit. And it's really fun to watch guys like that who are so fabulous at covering so much court.
Karch Karai, the man who makes it look easy. Set and ready now for match 2. Mike Whitmarsh and Karch Karai against Eric Fenoy Moana and Canyon Seaman. Keep in mind that Mike Whitmarsh has been eliminated from the individual competition as we pick up the start of the match. And it was a good start for Canyon Seaman and Eric Fenoy Moana. As Whitmarsh and Karch gave up the first point. It was 1-0. Canyon serving again. And Fenoy was up high. 2-0. 3-0. And Fenoy, Moana, and Seaman were sizzling. Now keep in mind, if Karch were to lose this match, he would be eliminated from King of the Beach competition. And then it would be down to Seaman and Fenoy. So Karai and Whitmarsh trying to right the ship, but we're having trouble. 4-1 our score at that point. Eric Fenoy Moana was serving. He was having a great day. In fact, a great 3 days. Right down the middle, the husband and wife ace. No communication for Whitmarsh and Karch. A little bit later, Karch was serving, his team down 7-1. And he whips up the ace. So the first signs of life from Karai and Whitmarsh. That made it 7-2, but Canyon would get the ball back and he would ace to make it 8-2. So the youngsters were handing it to the old guys at the moment. 9-3 at this point. Eric Fenoy Moana shirt off, pounding away, and they were working on Karch. Fenoy had the dig. Canyon went and got it. Karch and Whitmarsh trying to hang in there. Canyon, no problem. That made it 10-3. And Karch was in trouble. Minutes later, Canyon and Eric went to the bench, still ahead, 10-5. Could they hang on?
Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The Swatch King of the Beach Invitational. Capacity crowd. Karch Karai fighting for his life in match 2. Karch is 5 points away from elimination. He and his partner Mike Whitmarsh trying to come back on the kids. Eric Fenoy Moana and Canyon Seaman. Tentative hit there. Karch looking for a point. And he gets it.
There we go.
So the kids may be tightening up just a bit as the pressure being applied.
Sometimes the biggest fear is the fear of winning. You know, you get that lead and the kids go, oh my goodness, one of us are going to be the king. And they stop playing their game. They stop doing what had gotten them to that point.
10-6 now.
Canyon. And Canyon very tentative, and he gets blocked again.
Whitmarsh up and over. And you can just see it. The kids are starting to think.
Fans anticipating a comeback. Fenoy Moana and Seaman led 10-3. It is now 10-7. Canyon, Seaman, and Fenoy tightening up just a bit. Canyon whacks it hard off Whitmarsh, out of bounds. Karai and Whit were dead early, but they have come back and getting a little momentum now.
Seems like as soon as the sun dipped behind the clouds, Whitmarsh and Karai started to make their run.
Now the big question for Karai and Whitmarsh, can they side out a few times? Can they put the ball down? Going to Whitmarsh.
Fenoy has a chance for a point. Fenoy, oh, and Karch digs him right back. Karch on the right. Karch dribbles it. Fenoy dives. Canyon got it. Over to Whitmarsh. Big play here. Whitmarsh. Stop!
That's what you call volleyball at its best. You've got everything in this rally. To me, the play is right here. Karch Karai, one-armed lip, dropping back. He thinks it's got it down when it goes off the net, and Fenoy with a great up. And Seaman finishes it with a block.
I think it is the end of the match, because on the ensuing play they get another point, and now it is 12-7. Moments ago, tense action at 10-7, but then the play, the dig, the rally, and Fenoy Moana and Canyon Seaman breathing easier now. They've got a 12-7 lead, looking for 13, bombs away. Fenoy with a little detonation.
I think you're right on the money, Chris. That big rally ended the Karai Whitmarsh comeback and gave the kids that breath of fresh air to relax and play their game, and they've been rolling ever since.
Breath of fresh air and an oxygen mask. Benoit and Canyon in command.
Just one of the beautiful people on hand here in Las Vegas, Nevada, watching some great volleyball. There was a rally in match 2, highlighted by Canyon's dig and the ensuing block. The end of the best rally of the day. Canyon with the stuff and some euphoria. Canyon Seaman, one of the better defenders on tour. We asked him earlier how he does it.
It's more of a mental game. You read the opponent's tendencies as the game develops from different set locations where they're probably going to go, and then your blocker and you work together to try to take away his tendencies on whatever set he receives. So it's a matter of really getting in a guy's brain, in my opinion, more so than physically, because I'm not the quickest guy in the world, and I'm not going to get a ball that's 20 feet away from me. But if I've anticipated mentally the fact that it's going to be there, then I'm only 5 feet away when it's going to get there, and I can get that one.
13-8.
We're basically back to where we started. These guys need to side out, Whitmarsh and Karai.
Nobody. They're off on Whitmarsh, and they can't dig him. Mistake serving Whitmarsh at this juncture?
Well, they've had a lot of success with both of them. The Karch has been taping balls, but they've been digging Whitmarsh as well. So at least they got that serve in, and I think right now that's what they want to do more than anything else.
Whitmarsh stuffs one. And it's 13-9.
You'll see after the block, Canyon goes right to Fenoy and says, "My fault, that set's too tight."
So the lead is now just 4. Karch serving. Fenoy, Karch has it, Whitmarsh chugging, can't get there.
Well, we said earlier he could get there.
Whitmarsh realizing this is a critical junction in this game. He's pretty fast for a big guy, isn't he?
He is quick as a cat and very athletic. And sometimes he's stuck up there at the net so often people don't realize just how athletic he is. But I know I used to dig balls all over the place, and he would get to them, and I would be amazed.
So Canyon Seaman.
This is a big side out because Whitty took that long run.
Do you serve him?
I think so.
No, Canyon misses another one. So if Canyon and Fenoy had a coach right now, the coach would probably say, get the next one in, boys.
Well, especially since they've missed 3 out of the last 4.
Whitmarsh and Karai trying to close it up here. They're down by 4. Canyon, boy, he didn't get a good jump on that one, and he slammed it through. Well, he's got a really heavy arm swing, doesn't he?
He hits as hard as any player on our tour. He hits exactly what you said, Chris, a heavy ball.
Fenoy serving. Over. Canyon got it! Canyon Seaman blocking.
Again, Chris, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. He blocks high off Canyon, and it just barely tips the end of the line. But good enough for the point.
First game point coming up right here. They'll go to Karch. Try to lock it up right here. Canyon has a chance right here. Canyon, no! He can't converse. Good play by Canyon getting off the net. Whitmarsh makes that play really well, too.
Whitmarsh is the best at it, and Canyon's been playing with him for a few tournaments, and he's starting to learn. That was a fantastic effort. Tried to finish it with some heat. Might have wanted to take a little bit off it and cuff it down the line, but they're still at 14 and in great shape.
No cuffing at point game. Come on, Mike. Karch, too long.
Tim Hovland used to say, if you're going to hit, hit. If you're going to dink, hit anyway.
Of course, Tim Hovland, Mike Dodd's longtime partner of just over 10 years. Now Canyon, second chance at game point. God, he served another one into the net. Unbelievable. So Canyon with 3 straight into the bottom of the net. Boy, if I'm his partner now, I say, look, just roll it in. Roll it in over to Karch and see what he's got.
I think so.
14-9, though. Still in control. Good pickup by Fenoy. Karch has a dig. To get to 10, Karch on the left. Oh, right to Canyon. Canyon whacks it hard.
I think there's another one that Karch would like to take over again. He thought he had Seaman stuck up there at the net and he could just do an easy lob down the line, and it didn't work for Karch. Here it comes right here.
Not seeing him back off there?
Yeah, not seeing him, just one of those plays I think that you'd like to just have it back.
Another game point for Fenoy and Seaman. This could be it right here. Fenoy for the win. That's going to be it. They call a net on Karch, and it is over.
Karch doesn't do that unless he honestly didn't think he netted. He was up so high on that play, it was probably his shorts that got the net.
So Karch Karai has been eliminated from holding the title of King of the Beach, and Eric Fenoy Moana and Canyon Seaman will battle it out in match 3 for the title of King of the Beach.
Hi, Murphy Jensen. You're at the King of the Beach. You're not at Wimbledon. No more strawberries and cream, right, ladies? You've got the babes. You've got the beach. This is awesome. I'm giving up tennis because volleyball is, hey, baby, where it's at.
A breath of fresh air from tennis celebrity Murphy Jensen. Well, entertainment, the name of the game here at the Hard Rock. Players had their opportunity to test their skills at blackjack. Baywatch's Gina Lee Nolan, she had the poopy face going. Down on her luck just a bit. So the task fell to silver medalist Mike Whitmarsh. The big bet of the day, all on the line. Whitmarsh had a 10 and had to stay on 17. It was up to the dealer. Could the dealer bust? No, a 21. Now, speaking of Mike Whitmarsh, here's an update presented by Sunkist. Whitmarsh had been playing in the tournament with a sore right foot and a bad right wrist. And it's now been confirmed that Whitmarsh has withdrawn due to another injury. This one to his back. Apparently they were working on him, trying to get him ready behind closed doors, but it's a no-go. For the complete details, let's go to AVP trainer Scott Blatt.
During play, Mike strained his back. He can't recall specifically what happened. He tried to play through it, and gradually it became a little bit more severe. At the end of the match, we brought him back to the medical tent to try to get a little more treatment on him, and he wasn't responding, and right now he's got some severe back spasms, and he's unable to play.
So Whitmarsh is out. His replacement, one of the great players in beach volleyball history, Kent Steffes. Can he bring Canyon home? The match to determine the King of the Beach is next. One match to decide which man will be the King of the Beach. Capacity crowd here right outside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. On one side of the court, Kent Steffes and Canyon Seaman. And right here, we're looking at Eric Fenoy Moana, red trunks, white tank, black hat, backwards. And of course, his partner, Karch Karai. Canyon Seaman was playing with Mike Whitmarsh. Whitmarsh, back spasms, cannot continue, so he enlists Kent Steffes, one of the great winners in the history of the sport. They played together yesterday and played very well, winning a 15-8 match. Now the question is, can Steffes bring Canyon home for the King of the Beach title? So here we go. 25-year-old Canyon Seaman will serve it up. Born June 21st in Manhattan Beach, California, graduate of Stanford. His 6th year. He's got 2 wins on tour, one with Dane Blanton and the other with Mike Whitmarsh.
Interesting, you have Seaman and Fenoy Moana vying for the King of the Beach title, both graduates of Maricosta High School, Manhattan Beach locals.
Karai and Steffes are the supporting players in this drama. And Karch cut shot, nicely done. So the 4-time King of the Beach, Karch Karai, is going to try to usher that man, Eric Fenoy Moana, to the King crown. Fenoy Moana, has not won a tournament in over 3 years. His only win in Baltimore in 1994.
Well, if you're going to win big, and this is going to be huge if he can come up with the King of the Beach.
Fenoy serving. Pretty good one. Wind is howling.
And Canyon hits it into the net. Good side, bad side.
So I don't think there is one right now. They're great jump serves of going both ways right now.
1-0, Fenoy and Karai. Canyon going down the line. So Canyon gets the kill off a pretty good set by Kent Steffes. Now Steffes, who is 29 years old, he turns 30 in June. 6'4", 210. Graduate of UCLA. Fenoy taking a look, and Steffes can't handle it.
Kent was in the perfect position defensively, just didn't get his hands in the right position.
Karch Karai, 37 years old. He'll be 38 in November. Born in Jackson, Michigan, now living and training in San Clemente, California. Canyon booms it. Canyon been playing well, especially today.
And that was a perfect set from his partner, Ken Steffes. He's on his offside. He's used to being a right side player. He's playing the left today and giving Canyon a perfect set.
Canyon Seaman serving. His team trailing 1-0. Working on Fenoy. And Fenoy popping cross court. Eric is 28 years old, well put together, 6'3", 205 pounds. Born, lives, trains Manhattan Beach, California. Remember, once again, it's individual competition. Fenoy Moana and Canyon Seaman, the two players that have a chance to win the King of the Beach. Canyon. And Canyon got the outside of the line.
Another great bump set from Ken Steffes back over his head. Those little plays that help save your partner make a difference.
So Kent Steffes with his partner Canyon Seaman at the net. 1-0 is our score. So far, very good passing by both teams. Fenoy gets it through.
Seaman just a little late getting over and penetrating the net on that block. Not quite pressing over. Interesting, you got Steffes on the left side and he hasn't seen a serve yet.
Maybe testing his setting pause in the wind.
Here we go.
First attempt for Kent on the left. And who touched the net? It was Steffes, and Karai and Fenoy get another point.
Seaman with an uncharacteristic bump set, and he bumped him a little too close to the net. Kent followed through into the net.
Karch, jumper coming. His team up 2-0. Serving his former partner. Kent slicing cross court. So Kent Steffes called out of the alternate role. He was up in his hotel room watching a basketball game when he got the word that Whitmarsh could not continue. Hustled on down, ate a sandwich, loosened up the wing, and here he is.
How nice, you know, you're in your room.
2-0 our score. Good bump set, Fenoy tapping down the line. Another great bump.
Great bump set by Karch Karai. What a nice feeling. You're sitting in your room watching a little TV. You get the call, hey, Ken, how about coming down and playing a friendly game of volleyball and maybe picking up $10,000 in the process?
Of course, that is the motivation for Kent Steffes and Karch Karai, winner of this match. Each individual will receive $10,000. Loser gets zipped. Canyon bounces one off the tape. So theoretically, the first place prize money of $40,000 goes to the King of the Beach. Whoever wins this is going to be the King of the Beach, so he's going to get another $10,000. So $50,000 riding on this game for the winning player. Kent serving, and serving his former partner, Karch. Karch over the top, Kent has it. Chance for a point here. Steffes, and he's blocked.
So far, every mistake that Karch has made, he's come back and made a better play after that. At the first play of the game, he shanked past and made a great shot. Here he comes back and makes a great block.
Karch, one of the great winners in the history of the sport. His winning span stretches for 19 years, which is an all-time record. As Steffes pounds it down. Karch won his first tournament in 1979. He has won all the way through 1997. And that is the greatest span in history. Mike Dodd, you have a great span. I think you're at about 17 years. Ron Lang is 17 years, and a few of the greats. But Karch
Karch is also motivated in this match in that if he wins big, with a big point differential, he can move from 3rd place to 2nd place. And again, a big jump in prize money.
Karch and Fenoy would have to win 15-9 for Karch to finish 2nd. Difference in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 1st place, 40 grand. 2nd place, 20 grand. 3rd place, 15. 4th place, 10. So significant cash as Canyon spins up an ace. And that makes it 2-1.
This is a new wrinkle for Canyon. Watch, he doesn't bring the big heat. He takes a little off and cuffs it short.
Karch told me last year he thought that Canyon's jump serve was the hardest to handle on tour because of the power. Here comes Karch. Great pickup by Fenoy. Chance to save a point. And he does.
All you can say about this is beach volleyball at its absolute highest level. Great block by Steffes and an even better cover by Eric Fenoy Moana.
So the score remains 2-1. Karai and Fenoy Moana with the early lead. Kent took a look and he crunches it cross court. Kent Steffes has made over $2,200,000 in his career. He won $273 last year. Going against his former partner. They won 77 tournaments together. Second most of all time to St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos's 115. Down the line. Canyon had a look at it.
Just couldn't control the ball.
What's the key in controlling when you're coming off the net?
Well, you want to try to pop that ball straight up and give your other partner a chance to come over and give you a set. That ball just went straight forward, and Kent didn't have a chance to get at the ball.
2-1 our score. Karch serving. They're working on Canyon. Canyon cut into the net. Was that a tired play?
No, I think that was a trip. You know, he was making his approach, and I think his feet kind of tripped over each other. Again, another perfect set from Ken Steffes. Seaman just kind of stumbled on his way in. And
yeah, he sure did. You're exactly right, Mike. Stepped in a hole.
I don't think he's tired.
So now he's going to get a lot of serves as they'll test him. And Canyon bangs it out of bounds. So early on, Karch Garai and Eric Fenoy Moana have the lead at 4-1. The Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the happening place in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the Swatch King of the Beach Invitational. Chris Marlowe, my partner is Mike Dodd. Karai and Fenoy Moana have gotten off to a very, very good start on Kent Steffes and Canyon Seaman. Fenoy has been hustling. Steffes taps it over. Kent Steffes called out of the alternate role to replace an injured Mike Whitmarsh, who was suffering back spasms, in with Canyon Seaman. Seaman got a couple of early serves and did not look good in that opening stanza, and his team trailing 4-1.
And you notice Karch float served and ran up and blocked on that last play.
Canyon Seaman with the jump serve error. Last September in the FIVB tournament in Westwood, California, UCLA, Canyon and Whitmarsh went to the final, and Canyon did get tired at the end of that match and had some definite hitting and serving problems. See if he can shake it off here. Eric Fenoy Moana serving. Fenoy with a dig. 4-1, looking for 5. Steffes, it cannot be retrieved.
There's a great lesson to be learned from this play. Watch Eric Fenoy Moana. Sometimes when you make a great defensive play, you get in such a hurry to the net that you run underneath the ball. Watch Eric. He keeps the ball behind him on this so he can put a little heat on it. And point for Fenoy Moana.
Great crowd on hand here at the Swatch King of the Beach Invitational. Right outside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas Sand. Eric Fenoy Moana battling Canyon Seaman for the title of the King of the Beach. And right now, Fenoy Moana looks good. If Canyon Seaman can't get his game together, Fenoy is going to put that crown on very quickly.
Still quite early.
5-1 our score. Karai and Fenoy are ahead.
Over.
Eric Fenoy Moana.
That set was a little tight. Canyon's got to reach onto the ball and not take the area at that point. left the line open, and Fenoy made him pay.
5-1. Here comes Canyon. Karch with the rejection. So Karai and Fenoy want to have the formula at the moment.
And you can see the frustration in Canyon Seaman. Fenoy jump serving him, Karai float serving him, taking the angle, and that's a great block. Great cover by Steffes, but not up high enough for Seaman to get the ball.
No doubt they sense weakness in Canyon right now. That's the only way. They want to get the ball to Canyon as many times as they can. 6-1 is our score.
Great move by Karch at this point, too. Fenoy Moana has been playing such great defense that Karch says, okay, I'll go up and do the blocking.
Canyon with the serve. Working on Karch. Karch against Kent, and he gets it through. So Karch Karai, who is second on the all-time list with 130 wins. He's 9 behind the all-time leader, St. John Smith. 77 with Kent, 21 with Smith, 9 with Frohoff, 8 with Akatubby, 4 with AJ, 3 with Mike Dodd back in the 80s. Just some of the men that Karch has won with. And that's going to be a lift as Eric Fenoy Moana and Karch Karai continue to apply pressure. Now 7-1.
Up to this point, Kent's been setting perfectly, and this one was just way too tight.
You know, Kent may be trying to pinpoint it there so that Canyon can get a kill. And there's a serving mistake. They go to Kent. And Kent puts it away. You've talked about that a lot, Michael. You got a guy on the ropes. You serve him, pummel him until his tongue hangs out.
Fenoy probably just feeling his oats a little bit, decided to just give it a good whack and gave up a little bit of his direction.
And giving a break to Canyon Seaman, who was struggling. So Kent Steffes will serve. Steffes 12 wins with Jose Loyola last year after splitting up with Karch Karai. Good serve, ace.
It's interesting. You have the role of the potential kings, and you also have the role of the guys that are going to take them to the crown. And I don't think you'd find 2 better guys than Karch Karai and Kent Steffes to be in what must be for them a different role than what they're used to.
Supporting actors at the Academy Awards of beach volleyball.
Exactly.
Here comes Fenoy. He's off the net, and Kent has the dig. Chance for a point here. Kent on the right. Got pretty good wood on it, but Karch was there. Boy, they know each other really well. Oh, Canyon picks it up. To go to 3, he does. A big series of plays there for Canyon Seaman and partner Kent Steffes. Down 7-1, they score a couple, and they're right back in it. We'll come back to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. More of the King of the Beach after this. The crowd is into it here at the Swatch King of the Beach Invitational. We're right outside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The final day, the final match. Kent Steffes and his partner Canyon Seaman trailing 7-3 to Karch Karai and Eric Fenoy Moana. Fenoy Moana and Seaman, the only 2 that have a chance to win the King of the Beach. Canyon got the block. Karch was there to pick it up. And Karch thunders one cross court.
You had a play earlier in the match where Karai, or Fenoy Moana covered for Karai, and now turnabout's fair play. Great cover by Karch Karai.
That's something that's often overlooked in beach volleyball, spiker coverage. Kent trying to tap, and Karch stuffs him. So now it is 8-3, and Fenoy Moana and Karai doing very, very well on the left side of the court.
Exactly. Karch giving up the jump serve altogether, floaty and block.
Kent tapping it down the line. Not a bad idea. If you're blocking all the time, you're getting some points with the float serve.
No.
Why waste your energy?
The wind's really starting to whip around right now. I think it bounces actually off the Hard Rock Hotel.
Nice placement. So Canyon will serve. His team down by 5. Once again, it's a game to 15. Karch off Kent, out of bounds.
Karch and Fenoy looking very steady right now in the side-out game.
Karch Karai, who will team with Adam Johnson to start the 1998 AVP season. And now gives the ball to Fenoy Moana, who will serve. Canyon, cut shot, missed it. Cutting hard out of bounds. Eric Fenoy-Moana, as we mentioned, has not won in over 3 years. That's his longtime girlfriend, Eliza. And she has her fingers crossed that this will be the day, the big payday. Part of the big crowd here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Chris Marlowe and Mike Dodd, Eric Fenoy-Moana and Karch Garai playing great volleyball. Fenoy down the middle. And Eric Fenoy-Moana now just 5 points away from becoming the king of the beach. And we've got a yellow card issued to Canyon Seaman for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, he's been making unforced errors. He's now screaming at the ref. He thought Karch had a touch on that block, and I don't think he was even close.
Canyon and Ken Steffes struggling. They need a timeout in a big way. 11-3. So a lot of pressure on Canyon Seaman right now. I think Steffes has played all right. Canyon has not been on his A game, however.
He has been playing flawless throughout the whole final day, but in this big final match, he's been making a lot of unforced errors, cutting the ball into net, hitting balls out.
And serving the ball out. So Eric Fenoy-Moana with an 11-3 lead. Down the line, ace! Fenoy on fire. Timeout, 12-3, as Fenoy is closing in. The final act at the Swatch King of the Beach, perhaps. 5:16 to play. Eric Fenoy-Moana and Karch Garai are leading Canyon Seaman and Kent Steffes 12-3. Chris Marlowe and Mike Dodd. Eric Fenoy-Moana and Canyon Seaman, the only two players that have a chance to be king of the beach. And Eric Fenoy-Moana has been the man. He is close to being the king. He has been gobbling up everything. And he puts another one away. So now, Eric Fenoy-Moana, red trunks, white tank top, black hat, only 2 points away.
Another great anticipation by Fenoy-Moana on defense and delivering the word to pay off.
Steffes and Canyon Seaman trying to hang in there. It has not been a good performance for this particular team. They played so well on day 2, but they have not been able to rekindle that magic.
A lot of that has to do to Garai and Fenoy-Moana. They're just playing flawlessly right now.
3-13. That's the deficit. Eric Fenoy-Moana is feeling it. Once again, his last win in Baltimore with Scott Akatubby in 1994. Karch serving. Relentless work on Canyon Seaman. Canyon with the blast, his best hit of the match. You never know when things can turn around.
We saw a couple little comebacks in the earlier part of the final match, and let's see if Seaman and Steffes can pull one more off.
Canyon. And he has not been able to get the jump serve working. I don't know if someone said something to him in the crowd, and Canyon clearly frustrated with what's going on today. Eric Fenoy-Moana will serve it, leading 13-3. Chance for another point here. Karch, yes. And so here we go.
Again, Karch Garai, he sees the bad pass, he drops off. You know he's going to gobble up those balls on defense. And here we go. Fenoy-Moana, I got to tell you, he is tingling all over right now. He is a bundle of nerves.
He's got a standing ovation to be the king of the beach. Steffes puts it away, and the crowd sits down. You could feel that Eric Fenoy-Moana was the sentimental favorite coming in after playing in the qualifier, playing extra matches.
You know, Chris, you've been there before. When you're 1 point away from winning any Open, it's a neat feeling that you have going through your body. Eric's, multiply that by 10 to win the king of the beach.
Karch puts it away.
Great
No!
dig by
Steffes got it up. Excuse me. Now the ball went down. Thought that ball hit sand. Apparently not. Steffes digging in.
Scooped it up.
So now the second chance for Eric Fenoy-Moana, prowling the net at the moment. His partner Karch Garai will serve.
Garai says, get back, let me take over the net.
Steffes, Fenoy's got it up.
Oh, what a dig.
And he bumps it over. Canyon. Karch has got it. Karch can give Fenoy Moana the title. No! Steffes blocks him back. I tell you what, that's not the way to win it. Fenoy wants to get a bop.
Fenoy wants to deliver.
Set him back.
There might be some justice there. It's looking like Fenoy is going to win this match for sure. Now it's just a matter of how they're going to win it. They're still playing great defense, picking up every ball.
14-3. And that ball rolled in.
Again, there's the frustration you see in Canyon Seaman. He's just been one step off, 1 inch off. He's just, he's frustrated, and he hasn't had his A game in this big match.
Third chance for Eric Fenoy Moana. Going on 2, and Ken Steffes puts it away. So 3 chances for Eric Fenoy Moana to become the Swatch King of the Beach.
Crowd's starting to get a good workout going up and down off their seats.
Of course, if you're on the other side right now, you're just trying to get a point.
Yeah.
Get 1 point. Can't serve Karch. Also a good supporting story. If the score stays this way, Karch will finish second, and he'll take home second place prize money. So he has gone all out.
And what a deserving second place finish. He's battled. His shoulder's great. He's got to be happy with how things have turned out.
4th chance for Eric Fenoy Moana to put away this match and become the King of the Beach. And it's off Karch, so give credit to Canyon, who's hanging on. He knows he's not playing well, but he's still swinging. Kind of like your MO, Mike. I've seen you in these situations, not a lot, but when you get way down, you keep punching away because you never know what can happen. That can happen.
I tell you, Canyon has had so much difficulty on this north side of the court. It seems like he's been missing serves all day from that side of the court, really.
Crowd is up once again for Eric Fenoy Moana. Can he put it away with an ace? Nope, working on Canyon. He's got the dig to become the King of the Beach. Eric Fenoy Moana, he is the king!
Oh my goodness. There's Eliza, ecstatic, probably more relieved than ecstatic. I know that the girlfriends and the wives go through a lot of emotional turmoil up there, and there's Eric.
One more look at how Eric Fenoy Moana becomes king. He does it with a dig. He gets a sweet set from his partner, Karch Karai, and then boom ba. And tribute from the former king, Karch Karai. Now time to receive the winner's trophy and hardware from Swatch.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Team Swatch and Team Speedo, your 1998 King of the Beach, Eric Fenoy Moana. Eric Fenoy Moana, forever to be called king.
The final standings, Eric Fenoy Moana finishes first and pockets $72,000. Karch is second, and he goes home with 46. Canyon Seaman, a big payday, 41. Mike Whitmarsh is fourth at $13,000. The Swatch King of the Beach Invitational has been brought to you by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, by Honda, the official vehicle of the AVP, now offering a full line of cars, minivans, and SUVs, and by Sunkist. Get your sun and get your Sunkist. Fenoy Moana wanted it for a long time, and now he's finally got it. He is the new King of the Beach. For Mike Dodd, I'm Chris Barlow. The beach is now officially closed here in Vegas. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Yeah, that's cool.